Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kat. For today's video, I will be doing a recent reads review, so I'll just briefly go over the books I've read since my last review video, which was a couple months ago. I haven't read a lot of books since then, honestly. I've read about only 5, so it's not an astonishingly high number, but let me just dive right in. The first one I'll start off with is Deathbringer. This is book 6 in the Skullduggery Pleasant series. I made like a week-long reading vlog in which I read this book and I talked more about it, but this book I gave 5 stars. This is the first 5-star book I gave in this series. The other books were like 4, 4.5. This book follows Skullduggery Pleasant, who is a skeleton detective, and his sidekick, Valkyrie Kane, who is a being, and their adventures solving supernatural crimes and stopping evil forces. In this book, they both are trying to stop an evil necromancer who is on a power trip. I definitely enjoyed this book quite a bit. I loved the emotional growth and all the plot twists that were happening in this book. I feel like there was a lot more maturity to this writing. I don't know if Derek Landy got a new editor or what, or just his writing evolved as he wrote more in this series, but it definitely felt more mature and just far better writing than the previous 5 books. I love how the world continues to be built with every book that I read. I just enjoy all the different species and all the different characters. I just love the reoccurring characters, like the ones I've read in the previous books making an appearance in the next book. It's so enjoyable to revisit them, and I just love this world. I love being in it, and I love the characters, and as always, I love the humor and the witty dialogue. This was a very fun time, and I just can't wait till I get to book 7. After that, I read Feels Like Falling. This is by Christy Woodson Harvey. This was also part of that week-long reading vlog, and this was definitely not it. This was a bit disappointing. I gave it a 2.5-star rating. This book follows 2 women. We have 36-year-old Gray Howard, who is the owner of a multi-million-dollar company, but she's also going through a divorce. She's going through family problems and other personal problems. And then you have 40-year-old Diana, who is broke up with her boyfriend, got fired from her job, and then both women's lives collide, and then soon enough they find a friend in each other. I realized real quickly that I am not the target audience for this book. This book is definitely not meant for someone like me. It showed because I did not have a great experience reading this. I could not relate to any of these women, and it's not only because the age difference, like both women are older than me, but even with their problems, like I couldn't empathize with them, which sucks. Diana, she is going through some hard times and some struggles, and I couldn't even empathize with her problems. So that wasn't fun. And of course, when I can't find a character relatable, even in the least bit, then it throws off my whole reading experience. Also, both women have a romance with their respective partners, and it's just weird. The romance is so weird and so awkward and just off-putting, and I hated it. I did not like it, and I just wish they didn't even have a romance. I just wish they found a friendship with one another and they continue to grow that friendship and leave it at that. I didn't even care about the romance because it was just so surface level and it didn't do anything. The ending definitely felt very rushed. I skimmed the ending too, so I was kind of rushing myself to get through it. I felt like it was rushed so both women can just have their happily ever after with their romances and all that stuff, and I just felt like there was no growth. I know that it is character focused, so there really wasn't a plot, to be honest. It's character driven, but I felt like there was no character growth, so that kind of sucked. There's also quote-unquote gay representation in this book, but it was so poorly executed. It was weird, it was awkward as hell, and I just wish the author didn't even have any gay characters because the execution was so weird. So the book literally is just about 2 middle-aged white women going through a midlife crisis, and I couldn't relate to any of this. After that, I read The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. The Cruel Prince is really popular, so I won't go over the synopsis, but I did give this book a 4.0 star rating. At first, it kind of started off as a 3, and then as I kept reading, it was a 3.5, and then by the time I got to the end, it felt more like a 4. I did not like this writing style at first. I don't know what it was. It felt choppy, it felt jarring. I just did not like or appreciate the writing style at all. I get it that it was written in this way to give a more fairy tale-esque feel for the reader when they read it, but I don't know, I didn't like it. At first I had to stop like focusing on the writing so much, and then once I got used to the writing style and I got past it, then the story really bloomed and the characters really came out and I had a better time with it, especially by the time we got to the ending. I did like the politics and the political intrigue and all the scheming going on. That was probably the most interesting part. I liked how Jude was strategizing, how she was trying to beat the fairy folk at their own game, how she's trying to get power in whichever way she could. I really enjoyed her development and just her scheming abilities, I would say. Even as a human, she's still learning so much about fairy, but with all the knowledge she has, she's able to kind of like trump them and beat them at their own game. I did like Jude's character. I liked her development. I'm excited to see where she's headed in the next 2 books. I will say that it was kind of difficult to figure out what she actually wanted, because I feel like her wants and desires were all over the place. Like, she wants power, she wants love and a relationship, she wants to help her family, she wants a place in the court, she wants to be a knight, like she wants to be part of the fairy world, but she hates the fairy folk. Like, it's kind of all over the place with her wants and desires, but I think it will be a bit more focused in the next few books. Nonetheless, I still did like her scheming and just her being sneaky with the fairy folk and her manipulating people. It was all very interesting. I'm also rooting for her twin sister Taryn, because I know she's not a fan favorite for multiple reasons, and you do find out a lot of those reasons in this book. However, I am still rooting for Taryn. I am rooting for that woman. I hope her and Jude get to scheme together in the next few books. I think that'd be so fun. Sisters scheming, like, come on. That is a great plot point. I dislike Cardan. I know, blasphemous. Oh my god, I actually said that. I dislike Cardan. I do not like his bullying tactics. He just seems kind of a pathetic character, and I know you guys are gonna come at me with pitchforks and whatnot, but I do not like his character. I don't see anything special about him. Maybe that'll change in the next few books when Jude and Cardan's romance grows or whatever, but like for now, I do not like him and I don't see anything special about him. Same with Locke. I do not like his character and I hope he goes away soon. Overall, it was very interesting. I am definitely going to read the next few books to see what happens next, and I honestly do not really care about the romance as much as I care about the political intrigue. I think that is the highlight of this book, and so I am excited to kind of delve more into that. And then I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, book 1 and 2 of the Harry Potter series by, of course, J.K. Rowling. I did give both of these books 4-star rating. Oh my god, I am having such a blast being in this world again, especially as an adult. But when I was reading these books, I still had that nostalgic feeling, that childlike wonder and amazement being part of this world and reading about the characters. I mean, I forgot how freaking funny these books are. Okay, Ron, impeccable. I love his character. He is so funny. He's like the best comedic relief. I forgot how much I missed it. I have not visited the Harry Potter books or movies in years, but I decided that I want to reread it. I don't know what made me want to be in this world again. Something made me feel nostalgic again. What I have been doing is, after reading a book, I would read the adaptation. I would watch the adaptation. So I watched the first 2 Harry Potter movies, and it's really fun to find the similarities and differences, but also just to watch those movies again, which I had such a great magical experience. I really can't wait till I get to Prisoner of Azkaban. That is like one of my faves. I'll be reading that book soon and then watching the movie, and oh my god, I'm so excited for book 3. Alrighty guys, so that's it for my recent reads reviews. If you've read any of these books, please let me know what your thoughts are. In the meantime, take care of yourself, take care of everybody around you. I'll see you later. Bye!